but anybody else but you.
Hey guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So today we're actually going to be talking about a very highly requested topic, and that is gymtimidation. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the story that I put up asking, as a female, what is the one thing that intimidates you the most about the gym? I remember being absolutely terrified when I first started lifting. After doing nothing but long distance running for years and years, walking into the rec center at my university as a tiny little freshman was terrifying. I didn't know what kind of workouts I needed to be doing. I didn't know how to use the equipment. I didn't know where any of the equipment was. So essentially, I knew nothing. Anxiety in the gym can happen to anybody, but I think it can be especially challenging for women since there are typically fewer of us there. At the gym I'm currently going to, I'm one of the few, if not the only female there, most evenings when I go to work out. And I get a lot of stares. It was really uncomfortable at first, even with my 2 years of lifting experience. So I really just want to talk to you today about how we can overcome these fears. I don't know what it is recently, but I have not been able to deal with my hair and my face. So I'm going to start off with my top gym tips, and then I'm going to move into the requests from you guys from my Instagram story. So my first tip for newcomers to the gym: when you initially get your gym membership, take a day or two to just get familiar with the facility. Depending on where you're training, your gym may offer a tour or even a free session with a personal trainer. And this is such a perfect opportunity to ask questions that you may have, whether that be about machines, exercises, really anything. If your gym does not offer this, you can still show yourself around. Walk around, check everything out, create a mental map for yourself where the different types of equipment are located. Note what you're familiar with and what you're not. I would recommend taking your phone and making it a section in your notes and make a list of machines or pieces of equipment that you don't know how to use with those names. Then you can go home, look up YouTube tutorials, and you'll feel much more confident when you go in to use the equipment. All right, number 2, go in with a plan. One thing that seriously helped me when I was feeling nervous about the gym is planning my workout ahead of time. So what I would do is I would go into the notes on my phone, I would write down my exercises, my number of sets and reps. This way I had it all figured out. You can even use video tutorials if you'd like from fitness influencers, and I can link some of those in the description. Number 3, take a friend. It helps a lot to work out with a partner when you're first starting out. Now that I've been lifting for a while, I've gotten to the point where the gym is my alone time during the day, but I would go with a friend as often as possible when I was first getting started. I remember being terrified of leg day unless I had somebody with me. It's like a security blanket having that partner there with you. And if you have a friend with gym experience, that's even better because you can ask them questions. Number 4, wear something you feel confident in. This is a big one for me. I always feel best at the gym when I pull up wearing something that I feel bomb in. Even if I'm doubting myself during the workout itself, I look and I feel more confident when I'm wearing an outfit that I love. So I'm not somebody that blows money like 24/7 on expensive fits for the gym, but I have invested in a few nice things that I love. So some brands that I would recommend to you would be Gymshark and Fabletics. Also, Amazon has some super cute and affordable workout gear. Also, this is just a pro tip. Some days I wear a baseball cap at the gym because 1, as silly as it may sound, it makes me feel legit. And 2, it just gives off the vibe like, don't look at me. Number 5, always have music that pumps you up. Always make sure that you have your earbuds, headphones, AirPods. Make sure you have those with you. Blast your music as loud as you want. I prefer mine all the way up because it just keeps me focused solely on what I'm doing. It helps me to block out everyone and everything else around me. Make sure that you have a playlist that is just for your workouts for the gym. And I can actually link my own personal playlist in the description box. And something I do is I have a case for my AirPods that I just hook onto my lanyard, and that's really helpful because it prevents me from forgetting them. The thing that just kills my vibe at the gym more than anything else is when I have forgotten to charge my AirPods. So don't be me, charge your AirPods, like just do it. And finally, number 6. If you mess up and you do something to embarrass yourself, don't worry too much about it. In these moments, it feels like the end of the world and it seems like everybody is staring at you. But I promise you that you are your own worst critic. Everyone was a beginner at some point, and even the most experienced people at the gym screw up. So just brush it off, move on, and try again next time. So that actually brings up a little anecdote that I want to tell you guys. So my sophomore year of college, last fall, I was at the rec center, and it had been such a long and stressful day, and I remember I was feeling really anxious. So I was warming up, I was running on the treadmill, right? And it is prime gym time. It's 5:30 p.m. when the whole place was full. So I'm running and I'm looking out the window. I completely zone out thinking about all of the homework that I have to do when I get home. Before I know it, my foot, it just slips out from under me. My right knee smacks on a moving treadmill that was going 7 miles per hour. Somehow I grabbed the handles on the treadmill and pulled myself up, and I didn't get propelled off of it. I just continued running like nothing happened through the pain. And both the people on the treadmills next to me were just you okay? And I was yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, my knee hurt for 3 months after that, but we're not gonna talk about it. All right, so now that I've exposed myself, we're gonna move on to your Instagram requests. So I broke the requests down into several categories because I got a lot of similar ones. So by far, the biggest request and complaint was about creepy men. And I really hate that this is an issue, and I hate that this is something that I need to talk about. But as somebody that has dealt with this herself, I definitely feel the need to address it. Here's a story for you. I was at the gym in my hometown, and it just so happened to be leg day. Ladies, you know the struggle. I was squatting, and the racks face a wall of mirrors. So there was an older man in the lifting area as well. I could clearly see him in the mirror as I was squatting, but he just continued to stare at my butt the entire time. And the worst part of it was when we made awkward eye contact in the mirror and he grinned at me. He was just I was just so uncomfortable. Before I say this next part, I just want to be clear that men making you uncomfortable at the gym is not something that I take lightly. It is not something that you should take lightly. With that being said, I think that as women, it is really important to make a distinction here. As females in a gym full of mostly buff guys, it's really easy to feel scared or intimidated by all of them. And here's what I can promise you. Most of the guys that you see in the gym are not judging you or even paying attention to you. For me, it used to be this irrational fear in my mind that every man there was staring at me, that he was judging me, when in reality, it was just me being paranoid. So remember that most of the guys at the gym are just normal people like you and me. Now, let's say that you're actually dealing with a creep. So there are 2 different approaches you can take, and honestly, it just depends on the severity of the situation. So one time I was at the rec center at my university, and I was downstairs in the heavier weight area where all the leg equipment was. And there were some frat guys literally just staring at me. It was making me really irritated, really uncomfortable. But I literally I took my AirPods out, I turned around, and I said, "Can I help you with something?" I just looked them right in the eye. They left me alone after that. So it really just depends on if you're comfortable doing that and how severe the situation is. Now, let's say that you are dealing with a legit creep. Like, let's say this is happening repetitively and you are feeling uncomfortable every time you try to go work out. That's not okay. And that means that it's probably time to speak to a staff member. Anyone that is getting in the way of your progress is an issue. And I guarantee that if you talk to an employee, they can help you. And if you're not comfortable confronting this person on your own, then the staff member will help you confront them and make your experience better. And one other request I had to speak about when it comes to guys at the gym. Somebody told me I get really frustrated when like a larger group of guys are crowding around the equipment or the machine that I need to use. And this is something that I have observed in all the gyms that I've been to. I noticed that guys work out in groups a lot more often than I see girls working out in groups. I promise you that a lot of guys really do use the gym as time to hang out. So it's totally normal to see like a group of guys and they're not intentionally hogging equipment, they're not intentionally getting in your way. But I promise you, if you just take a deep breath, walk up and say, hey, are you guys using this? Or like, can you let me know when you're done with this piece of equipment because I'd like to use it? Most guys are gonna react totally fine to that and they're gonna let you in. The second topic that was pretty prominent on my Instagram was people not feeling strong or being concerned that they look like they are newcomers. I've been there and I still feel like this sometimes. Remember that we are all at different levels and it doesn't matter if you're using 5 pounds or 50-pound dumbbells. The fact that you showed up is what actually matters. Plus, nobody is paying attention to the weight that you are using. Try to remind yourself that everyone at the gym is focusing on themselves. Do your thing, you will keep getting stronger and you're not going to feel weak for very long. Another request I had to talk about was girls in full face makeup or matching sets. And then someone also said really skinny girls. So this all comes down to comparison. And guys, comparison is the enemy here. We all fall victim to comparing ourselves and feeling inadequate afterwards. And this is where I would urge you to think about positive body image. And I do have several videos talking about positive body image and how to work towards that. There's always going to be somebody who we feel is better than us, whether that means skinnier, prettier, stronger, or smarter. You've got to get into the right mindset. The gym is the one time that I allow myself to be selfish. That is your time. Try to focus solely on you rather than those around you. We're all unique, we all have different body types, and we usually want what we don't have. Remember that seemingly perfect person that you're idolizing in the gym probably feels insecure too. And the last Instagram request, working out during COVID, safety, protocol, and just fear about working out alone in general. So I'll touch on COVID first. This can definitely be scary, and honestly, it just depends on one, your personal comfort level, and two, the procedures that your state and your individual gym have in place. If you are not comfortable working out at a gym during COVID, that is totally okay. The fitness industry has really made a lot of changes in the past year to accommodate to this. Definitely check out all of the home workouts that fitness influencers have been posting. You can still work towards your goals from home. Now, when it comes to working out in a gym by yourself with safety concerns, definitely don't attempt any lifts without a spotter, especially heavier compound lifts. So I definitely wouldn't recommend squatting heavy weight or bench pressing heavy weight without a partner there to help you. So just make sure that if you're going to be at the gym alone, you're writing workouts out that are safe with exercises that you can perform individually. And the only additional question that I received was, do I use supplements? And the answer is yes, but far less often than I used to. So there is a big misconception in the fitness industry that you need supplements to reach your goals, and that is absolutely not true. Supplements can aid you in achieving your goals, but they absolutely are not required. So For me, when I do use pre-workout, I love Women's Best in Sour Peach Candy for my pre-workout. I also love Alani Nu. The Galaxy Lemonade is like a solid 11 out of 10. I also love BCAA, which are amino acids. I also drink protein shakes on occasion. It's not an everyday thing. It's only when I feel like I'm not getting the required protein from my actual diet. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that these tips will help you and they will make you feel more confident when you go into the gym. So I've kind of got to rush out. I actually have a dentist appointment. I have a really irrational fear of the dentist. So wish me luck. I low-key feel like one of my wisdom teeth is coming through because my mouth has been killing me up here. So wish me luck. I love you guys a lot, and I will see you in the next one.
Anybody else but